Hello everybody, this is Count Christo and welcome back to the Irish Revenge campaign, most probably the final part of the Irish Revenge campaign. The Iberian naval invasion is going well. There was a bit of a rocky start, but hey, D-Day had a rocky start too, and that turned out pretty freaking well. So, still holding up here. Oh, actually not holding too well up there. Let's temporarily put a tank in there to help hold that tile. Darn tubers. Be nice. They're the reason I have a Twitch channel. Okay, once the fleet gets up here, we will launch a second naval invasion. Shore bombardment. Shore bombardment would have been a great idea. I did totally forget to do any shore bombardment there, but that's okay. Now the tank, the Bane of Sicily, holds the North Netherlands. Did we make a Bane of Germany? I don't believe we did. You, good sir, can be the Bane of Germany. I'm going to let these guys get a planning bonus, I think, and then we'll do like a proper... How did someone just overrun there? I didn't even attack. Where's the fleet? Cape of Africa. It's about halfway there. Still pushing in here. Alright. Send another tank up. Who can be renamed the Bane of the Netherlands. Well, actually, they're not the Netherlands, are they? They're the Batavians. Bane of the Batavians. Cool. Get Portugal. Don't worry, I'm working on it. I'm working on it. We're going to get a planning bonus on these guys to make it easier, because they are deploying crazy numbers against us. But fear not. We shall push through. Maybe I should just send these guys into this naval invasion, not worry about the others. Not worry about launching another one. But they've deployed so hard against me in the north that maybe like an invasion in the south will just be so easy. Maybe. Let's send in the extra support. To the south, actually. And let's just manually control how they get there, because they're likely to be silly. Go via Casablanca. Hey Zeph, how you doing? Let's put them in the right order, come on. There's no reason not to. There we go. The Bane of Sicily and the Bane of Batavians valiantly holding this tile with their 3,000 attack. You got offensive doctrine yet? Still no. Make sure the Germans haven't deployed anyone in their little tiles. No, good. Hey, Krista, my boy. Nice to see you, Zeph. Bum 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 bum. As we approach the end times of France, we don't really have enough close air support over here. Let's up that a bit. So in these defences, let's see, close air support not doing a huge amount just yet. Maybe with the extra ones we deployed, all that's more. Oh no, they're doing quite a bit. Good. Portugal's commie. Yeah, Portugal is commie. We're the Entente capitulated because the American Union state took them out. So all the old Entente places ended up getting annexed by the communists, because the communists had way more points in the war with the Entente than the American Union state, who actually did all the work. I empathised with them, I must say. Good. The Mediterranean. Here comes the fleet. Look at these undefended ports. Little do they know that the invasion in the north is merely a distraction. Deploy air in Spain. We already have got quite a lot of air in Spain. Maybe some more wouldn't go amiss though. Doesn't look like I have any more spare. Oh no, here they are. It's just that we've got loads of rubbish fighters blocking everything up. Okay. Yeah, attack fighter bombers. Let's deploy 800 here. Then we can split it up once it arrives. It looks like our air production is way too heavily focused on strat bombers. Give me more TAC bombers instead. We have 6,000 strat bombers. That's going to be more than enough. Let's, I mean, why not? Let's strat bomb. Let's strat bomb France. Let's see if there is a number that you can deploy that will even go through even the highest tier of possible air defense. Let's see. These take a lot of manpower, these things. Strat bombers, for some reason. 1,000 strat bombers takes 160,000 people to run. That's kind of crazy, isn't it? Yes, Christo, yes, that is crazy. Do you ever play an RTS multiplayer, like Age of Empires or Age of Mythology? Probably not. God, that just ate all our manpower. That's crazy. Let's have one less wing, just so we have some manpower left over. Let's see how much damage these things actually do, shall we? We could do with some more fighters. See, fighters cost so much less. See, that's only 40,000 manpower for that lot. Because you're bad. Partly because I'm bad, and partly because I haven't played those kind of RTSs for a long time. Let's go speed 4. Almost got 100 nukes. I can't remember if this starts overflowing when you hit 100 nukes. Even more guys leaving the south to go and help in the north. Fools, little do they know. Would you ever consider it? I'd consider it. First-person shootage. I'm not very good at first-person shooters. Anyone who's watched my pub series knows well. I'm not very good at first-person shooters. Oh, right, yeah. I really don't want to have to manage the resistance in all of Germany. But we can't do it automatically, because otherwise we'll get... Yeah, if we can't do it automatically, otherwise they'll take Berlin. So let's just kind of wing it. At least we don't have to worry about resistance in these states, because we haven't actually taken them over. We should do it. And none of you are actually pathing through... No, good. That'd be very annoying. Poland still has Gdansk. That is true. Poland does still have Gdansk. We peaced out with Poland. We took Warsaw off them, but we left them with Danzig. Cycling down there wouldn't go amiss. Okay, everyone in position. Pretty much. Let's activate those battle plans. And you guys can go there so they can actually activate. Good. Now they've actually activated, come over here to provide some shore bombardment. Good. Easy money. Easy money. The tanks might have more problems because they're trying to land in mountains. Tanks landing in mountains, still a victory. That's the power of our tank divisions. Surprise! We're over here too. Push in all directions to avoid counterattacks. Glorious victory. And the tanks make landing. Of course, the support from the boats is helping. So I'm pretty sure with them at 90%, as long as we don't take Barcelona, they won't capitulate. Yeah, I'm not going to get the best supply down here for a bit, but that's okay. We'll manage. Okay. Attack in every direction, as per normal. Take Seville. Crush up here. Oops, overran. That'll be okay. There are still plenty of Iberians to go around for the nuking. You guys can... as soon as we've taken Gibraltar, we'll have the Straits, which will be very convenient for our naval transport. Don't spam chat, or Zeph will start banning. Hello from Malaysia. Hello, Henry. How you doing? How's the weather in Malaysia? Warmer than here, I'd have to imagine, considering it's a blizzard outside. Don't ban, just time out. Zeph. Can we have very high popularity yet, please? I think I'm going to redeploy the tanks to Iberia to speed this. Well, we got quite a few tanks here already, but it would be good if we had some more. So have the tanks come here, and these tanks too. Let's really hammer on Iberia with the modern tank divisions. I could if I wanted to just train like another bunch, but having one general with heavy tanks, sorry, modern tanks is working pretty well so far. It's working extraordinarily well. Let's not mince words. Russian virus has been timed out. Food's good. Our weather is causing floods in our country. Oh, okay. Well, that's even worse. So, bad luck. Are you alright? You on a hill somewhere? We should get our navy to convoy escort this region. Dulcet tones of Victoria 2 playing in the background now. We could also do with a little bit of air support in these sea zones. Make sure they don't bomb our convoys too much. I think we'll be okay with just Barcelona, because that's the only one they occupy. So like at the moment, they should be 0% of the way towards capitulation, so we don't know any land in the area that they actually own, even if they have cores on the rest of it. No, they're 14% of the way towards capitulation. That's interesting. Okay, well let's see if it goes up when we take Valencia, because Valencia is occupied territory right now. What were they at? 14%. They're 14%, so if we take Valencia, let's see. Maybe it's because they start with some overseas area? Is this Cold War era? No, this is just a game we've been playing for an incredibly long time. Still 14%. Okay, I think we're okay. This is not Cold War era, no. This is just a game we've been playing a really, really long time. Because we've been playing as Ireland. It takes rather a long time to get going as Ireland. Why not capitulate Germany? No, I did. Yeah, I did start in 1936. We're not capitulating Germany, because I'm trying to get the maximum number of divisions possible into Paris, so I can then nuke it. And so I have intentionally driven Germany out of Germany, but not capitulated them, so their divisions stay alive. He wants nuke and Oda videos. I'm never going to live that down. No, I want to look a lot more than 182 divisions. You're going for world domination. I think we'll probably stop once we take out France. Because, I mean, we've already pretty much dominated the world. It's a bit of a foregone conclusion that we could do a world conquest from here if we wanted to. So there doesn't really seem to be much need to do it for me. But if chat really wants me to, then maybe. Okay, if they reduce men enough up here that I can push, doesn't look like it, because they're, well, maybe here, because they're not good terrain. Even then, let's just focus on the south. They have so many men deployed up here that it's just making this push in the south really easy. Wow, they're holding us there. There are 20 of them, to be fair. Once the rest of the tanks arrive, we'll start crushing it. Let's spread the tanks out a bit. Yeah, tanks can't be stopped. Meet the tanks that can't be stopped. You should rush it on screen 5 just for the screenshot. You mean rush the world conquest? I could do that. I probably would want to take a break after we finish the island campaign before we started the next campaign anyway. So I could do it off camera. The game would run a lot faster. I don't think I'd want to stream it, just because I think it'd be kind of dull, to be honest. But I might turn off, you know, stop streaming but keep playing and go for the world conquest for the screenshot. It would be fun. I have already done a bunch of world conquests though, so I don't need like a screenshot just to say, hey, look, I've done a world conquest. I did one as Canada, I did one as France, done one as Germany, done one as the US. It's never dull. Yeah, but I don't want to talk all day. So I think I want to spend the time that I can spend talking before like my voice goes. They're pushing up here, the idiots. I want to spend the time that I have kind of available, like talking time, if that makes sense. Doing something I think will be really entertaining. See? They cannot be stopped. Luxembourg World Conquest. It's true, I also did a Luxembourg World Conquest. Though I never finished that one. I mean, I beat the Allies and the Comintern and the Axis, but I never actually bothered taking the whole world. Coulter switched to Poland and formed the Commonwealth. We have already annexed the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth. That looks like a nuclear reactor to me. Good thing we're taking this off their hands. They could do something dangerous with that stuff. Super tank. Meet the tank. Can't be sank? I don't know. You should play as New Zealand World Domination. Yeah, that'd be pretty tricky. Excuse me. Oh, I forgot that's not a pocket because Portugal's in this thing. Formable Nations mod intensifies. Nah. Formal Nations in Hoi are kind of pointless. In my opinion. Because it doesn't really make any actual difference when you form a nation, whereas in EU4, like, for example, it can have some huge differences. You really should be redeploying loads of men away from here to try and hold this front, but, you know, AI gonna AI and all that. Oh wait, he already did that. Luxembourg World Congress in Kaiserreich. Luxembourg is not a starting country in Kaiserreich. Play Tibet. Nah, they don't have a focus tree. If Tibet gets a focus tree in Kaiserreich, then I'll play him. Ah, no, we overrun some more guys. Darn it. Trying to minimize overruns still. Let's have something else, music-wise. Let's have EU3. You have 150,000 manpower. This is correct. The strategic bombers we deployed cost a crap ton of manpower. We have, however, bombed 300 enemy buildings. I think it's just that we don't have intel. Oh, yeah, okay. I think we've destroyed everything in France. Because everywhere we have intel on is totally broken. Let's do it to southern France as well. I think we broke France. Like, 100% broke them. It's weird that it's targeting some states and not others. Maybe it's this targeting the states so we get a lucky hit on the anti-air on first, and then it does loads of cumulative damage from there. I don't know. Are you sure about that? Am I sure about what? Sorry. So taking Madrid shouldn't increase their surrender progress. 57. Sorry, 37. See if it rises. Because it shouldn't. It should be only cool states that you own, rather than occupy, that make a difference. Remember, this is all territory that we actually own this territory. This is not occupied, because we took out... we've taken out Iberia once already. Are having supply issues down here. It's not so good. Easily solved, though. Just conquer more land. The little-known supplied having too little food. Go on a conquest rampage. Okay, Madrid falls, and surrender progress doesn't increase. Good, good, good. So we know that for sure now. They shouldn't surrender as long as we don't take Barcelona. Still deploying, way over deploying up here. Kick him out of this tile. It's funny how careful you have to be when you want to not encircle them. Because right now the easy thing to do would just be crush up here, crush to Lisbon, encircle all these guys, wipe them out. But when you're trying not to encircle, you've got to do some funky stuff. We really are decimating all of this. This whole freaking country is getting annihilated by jet strategic bombers. Look at the flights of them going across. It's glorious. You can see them heading over from England. These are fighter squadrons, aren't they? I don't know if jet strategic bombers actually get animated much. Are these the jet strategic bombers? Because they don't look like jet strategic bombers, I'll tell you that. Are you sure about that? What am I sure about? Oh, Tibet. Tibet definitely doesn't have a focus rate in guys, right? Do they? Oh, they have a focus rate in Road to 56. Right, yeah, but Road to 56 is crap. So, we're not playing that. Man, the delay between the orders being issued. We need to kill the communists just to increase the game speed. We'll probably take a bit of land up here. Oh god, don't take Lisbon, don't take Lisbon. Ooh, that would have been bad. Do not want to take Lisbon, that's for certain. How many planes does France have? Basically none. Yeah, 400. Because they just bled out over here. They also bled out substantially down here. They lost 8,000 for some reason, fighting for air superiority in the Maghreb. Not that that actually matters. I don't know why they were going for air superiority there at all, but they did, and it cost them. Let's kick them out of Lisbon. They were actually failing. Might help if we don't cross a major river to do it. Let's group up the tanks here. Then push in that way. Is that going to be doable? Whoa! Oh, they have the level 10 forts. Nonsense. So how are we going to take Lisbon then? We could nuke it. Yeah, let's nuke it and then take it. And then kick them out but not take it. That works. Let's nuke it again just for good measure. And that's why you don't try and hold a city against the Irish. There we go. Now pin them here. No, no, you don't understand. Get out. You are not allowed in Lisbon. Lisbon is off limits. Come on, get up there so I can actually take the tile. Oh, damn it. It's okay. If I just retreat. There we go. That should fix it. Just let them keep retreating. Don't go in there. No. No staying there. Ah, I gotta do it again now. It's okay. As long as they're not allowed to stay in Lisbon, everything's going to be alright. Don't take Lisbon, though. Gotta be careful. Hit them 1 time, hit them with it 2 times. Still fine everywhere, they haven't pushed or anything. We haven't got any tanks on most of these fronts, so it'd be easier for them to push than normal. Alright, get out of there. 1 day left. Look, just can't I close my borders yet? Ignore all incoming diplomatic requests. No one going to Lisbon, alright? Thank you. Okay. Now we can take the town north of Lisbon, thereby cutting it off. Good. Massed offensives all the way across the line. Good. There we go. Good, now we can keep crushing up here. Good. And we did take this extra town in the north. Excellent. Okay. We cross this river. Keep crushing towards the French border. All in a day's work for the glorious Irish tank force. Do you have a license, and if so, which one? What do you mean by which one? I have a driving license. I don't know. I'm not sure what you mean by which one, though. Ah! Don't overrun. We don't want them dead. There's still another 200 divisions, though. What category? Do you mean like car? I have a car driving license. Is that what you mean? And drive them out. Let's see if we can activate their anti-pocketing AI by taking these 2 tiles. Get them out of Porto. A, B, C, D, E plus. We don't have those, I don't think, in England. I don't know what that would even mean. To have a different category of driving license. Does it affect like your insurance on how good you are or something in Russia? That's quite a good idea, really. No! Darn it. Oh well. What does it mean to be in a different category, Russian? It's just what you're allowed to drive. Oh, okay. I'm allowed to drive cars. And I think vans? No, it's a trucks and cars and buses. Okay, I'm allowed to drive cars. I don't think I'm allowed to drive anything else. Okay, no overrunning. They're probably going to start getting some pretty serious supply issues in here. Like, I mean, yeah. Especially if I were to say, encircle Barcelona. At least in Brazil it is that way. Right. I think on our licenses we just have like a checkbox. It's like, are you or are you not allowed to drive this particular vehicle? And mine says yes for cars, no for pretty much everything else, I think. How many Russians are there in here? I don't know. Let's see if we can activate these guys' anti-pocketing AI by pushing up here a bit. Without actually pocketing them. It's the tricky part. Alright, now, kick everyone out of Barcelona. And there we go. Don't take it, though. Instead, take this tile. Good. Still got total air supremacy over basically all of Europe. Good. Okay, let's keep pushing up here. Just want these guys to notice they're being pocketed and run away. B license allows you to drive a car up to 6 seats and a van with 2 axes and a match load of 100,000 kilograms. 150,000 kilograms. Cool. I don't think we have it that complicated here. You just get a license, I think, basically. The south is probably where we're going to push them from, since there's no big river crossing, and that's where we already have all the tanks. So let's clear them out of the southern half of the country. Simplify these battle plans a bit so they don't get in the way. Likewise with these ones. We'll push up in the south, and then we'll push in the east. Okay, you can get out of that tile now. And likewise, you can get out of Salamanca. You think having 60 divisions will stop me? You're darn mistaken, sir. Give him a bit of support there. Good. Okay, Barcelona pocketed, which will hurt the supply substantially over here. Which means we should be able to push these guys back now with no fear of capitulating them even, which is always good. I imagine these will turn around. Yeah, there we go. Oh, enough. I don't want your lend-leases. Yeah, their supply is going to become so bad that they're going to just be forced to retreat or die, basically. Although, admittedly, that was already kind of their situation. Let's face facts here. Get out of Barcelona. You are not allowed. It's my city. I guess I'd better have one guy permanently on Barcelona just in case they send any extras in, since it's a coastal tile. It's slightly more complicated than the other little cities we've left around. God, there's 100 divisions here. I thought we had loads of divisions in one tile. When we got 180 in London. We're going to have so many more than that this time. It's going to be insane. We're definitely going to tag to France and look at the supply situation from their perspective. Because I feel like it's going to be really, really bad. Once we've got them all pocketed, that is. Just because Christo hates Cyrillic. I don't hate Cyrillic, I just can't read it. It's fake news. Christo hates Cyrillic. Look at this. One division. So I think this actually lowers our party popularity now. We're at 67. 66. Yeah. So we should stop taking that, maybe. But we don't really have an option. Learn it then. I'm not learning Cyrillic. Come on. You already know English, so why would I learn Cyrillic? I can already communicate perfectly conveniently with you. No, get out of Barcelona. You are not welcome here. But don't take Barcelona. Be very careful not to take Barcelona. That would be really bad. To come all this way and then capitulate Barcelona would be a shame. It seems like half the people in this chat are Russian. I think only one person in the chat is Russian. Too many Nazi mode intensifiers. Okay, French border reached. Get out. If we take these ports down here, that might prevent them from sending in extra guys. I'm very surprised. I have more German viewers on YouTube than I have English ones, which is kind of surprising for me. He's half Russian. Alright, it's 1.5 so far. And now we just slowly drive all these millions of divisions east. Get out of my Iberia. Look at them all. Good lord, the radar screen's kind of hard to use right now. Let's make it even worse. Might as well begin the fight here already. Even though it's being constantly replenished by the retreaters from here. The retreaters. I guess the defeated from here is a better way of putting that. They have some forts on that one. Might still push through. Marseille is going to be a tough nut, but it looks like we might be able to take it anyway. Yeah, that one not so much. If we can take Marseille, that cuts off their ability to send troops to here so easily by sea. In fact, it cuts off their ability to send troops from here by sea entirely, because I'll have no ports in the entire Mediterranean, and I have access of both the Suez and the Straits of Gibraltar. Why isn't there anti-pocketing AI kicking in? Get out of the freaking pocket, dudes. Okay, there goes the need to have a guy here. Good. Where are you lot all going? No, you should. Some of you should stay over here. I mean, some of you can come over here, but actually the easiest tank breakthrough point is going to be over here. So let's keep the tanks over there. Okay, thus falls Marseille. And after that, still not able to push on there. Wow. Let's crush them out of there. Accept Putin into your heart. Okay. Cool. Might as well begin the assault here. Start weakening some of these guys as these guys come in after them. Guy in Barcelona. Is there? How the hell did he get there? Oh, I guess he deployed him. Yeah. Alright, I guess we better keep someone here then. Thank you for the heads up. Very helpful of you. Lou. They've got us down to 4 in a battle here. Wow. Better cycle a dude. How's the resistance? Ah, missed Hanover. And Poznan. Porto. Yeah, be alright. Can I send one of these guys up? No. Algeria is quite a big victory point. Let's have these guys crush all the way along the coast, basically. No, all the way along the coast. There we go. Be careful not to overrun the 160 Spanish divisions. Yeah, more like 300 now. Get out of here. Low supply in the Iberian region. Oh, wow. Why did that suddenly go so terrible? That's weird. I wonder why it suddenly got so awful here. These guys all moving in, I guess. But that's fine. The infrastructure here could definitely do with a bit of a bump. There we go. Nice big round of infrastructure repair. Okay. You know what? Fine. Just stop bothering me. You can send me basic infantry equipment. They think I have a deficit because the overflow error appears to not be just graphical. It also applies to your AI buddies, but I honestly don't. Oh, the other reason the replies got over here has got terrible is I just sent over all the tanks, didn't I? Let's have half the tanks go back over here. Man, it's taking our time to get through here. Air coverage is still as good as it's going to get. Although we could deploy some more planes if there's any big plane air bases here. Yep, there's one. Let's get some more of these attack bombers going. 1,000 should be enough. Be sure to make sure we attack this from as many directions as possible. Yeah, should crush them out now. Barcelona's still alive. Yes! Oh, Lisbon, yeah, I forgot to send a guy down there. Thank you. Need to keep them boxed in too. Same as Barcelona. Look at the sheer numbers of them. It's absurd. Look at them all go. Oh dear. Check Hamburg. Hamburg we took already. Hamburg doesn't have a port either. It looks like it does, but actually the port is in the next tile. Kick them out. And yeah, let's just kick them out of Lisbon once they arrive. Go back to the sea. Okay, supply is still pretty bad here. We're working on it though. Oh, yes, yes, no, no, yes, yes, no. Okay. Almost down to just France. Remember, it was the whole world versus us. Now it's us, the whole world, versus France. Hell yeah. Do 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 do. I'm going to turn it to speed 3 just so it runs a bit more consistently. If you can start crushing into France, I think I shall do so. Which we can, very clearly. Might as well push to the river here. I think we might be able to push in there. They are piercing our infantry, which is not the best, but that's okay. Get out of Iberia. You're not wanted here. Let's halt for a second here. You guys still going up there. Good. Keep that going. Although, don't overrun. Very careful not to overrun. Obviously. No, that one didn't turn around in our favour. Okay. It's going to be tough to push through this area, apparently. We'll probably activate their anti-pocketing AI and get them to leave that way, though. Check Hamburg. Since 400 political combat seems to be the max, why don't you pick the repair focus? That's a very good point. Thank you. I totally forgot that Kaiserreich adds a cap. Okay, now we should be able to kick them out. Might take a while, but we'll get her done. Yes, I will take your rubbish basic infantry equipment, because you think I have a deficit, even though I don't. Good suggestion, Lou. That was a very good suggestion. Or spend it. There's nothing to spend it on, really. Come on. Get out. One division. Just, yeah, no problem. With a bunch of rockets flying overhead, launching missiles at them. Bombs, whatever. Oh, balls. Pause just a second too late. Well, that's a shame. Bye-bye. That's going to reduce their numbers by a bit, but... oh well. We all make mistakes. He needs it for the annexation. I will need political power for the annexation, it's true, but if you can only save 400, then, you know... such is the world. I am going to create nice borders, though, in the peace deal. I don't want to take it all for myself. I'll be releasing a bunch of puppets. The Portuguese didn't have a huge amount of stuff anyway. These guys trying to leave? Some of them are. Actually, it doesn't look like they necessarily are. All right, well, let's give them some gentle encouragement. Have I not got? Oh, okay. Need some close air support over southern France. You don't need it over the Po region anymore. Okay, with the close air support, should crush through there. And finally, the final attack to remove them from Iberia is underway. Good. Crushing them out of there now. Sol's managed to get negative 3,000 political power. How the hell did he manage that? Annexing the world or something. We'll have to do our best to crush these guys out slowly from around the edges so we don't pocket anyone. Hey, he's got fast planner now. Nice. And logistics wizard. Very helpful. He's so close to offensive doctrine. How on earth did Souls manage that? Seriously, you don't have to care about stability anymore, so you might as well annex all. I think I will create nice borders once we actually finish, once we take out France. How much are you going to straight annex? I don't know, probably just like England. He did it as Russia. Okay, yeah, that's eminently doable. Oh, no, don't go there. That would pocket them. He just stalled negotiations indefinitely. Not a good move. But if I'm going to off-camera do a world conquest, maybe I should take France. Annex all of France. We'll see. Okay, there we go. We have cleansed Iberia. With the exception of Barcelona, but that's okay. Blitz them out of here. Hashtag take all the states. Tommy K Live is now hosting you. Tommy, is your Kaiserreich multiplayer finished already? We will be taking all states in the peace deal, naturally, because that's what we were meant to do in Kaiserreich. Why not Barcelona? We don't want our enemies to capitulate, so that there are as many men as possible in Paris once we eventually bring the circlement down to Paris. Because that's the objective here. We're seeing how many divisions we can nuke at once. And if we drive, we haven't capitulated Germany either. So we're going to drive all the Iberians and the Germans and the Dutch and the Flanders, the Flemish and the French, and drive them all into Paris. And then we're going to nuke Paris. And we're going to see how many people we can kill with one nuke. So we're trying not to get any overruns, and we're trying not to get any encirclements. Barcelona will be free. Barcelona is free. It's just the surrounding countryside that's not so free. We accidentally took Lisbon, unfortunately, and capitulated Portugal. That's probably 100 divisions that we won't be seeing in the encirclement, which is sad, but, you know, we'll live with it. Let's transfer all our tanks across and go for this river-ish. There we go. Still crushing these guys out of Grenoble. 90% unity nonsense. How Spain not capitulated yet, even if they only have Barcelona? Because they have 90% unity, and also they only had these 3 states at the beginning of the war. So they only have to have 90% of the victory points in these 3 states. Look at these guys. Oh dear. Get out. Should be fine with enough close air support. Oh right, yeah, we can transfer over pretty much all the support from Iberia. We should probably stop bombing France, because fun as it is to just, you know, have lowered all the infrastructure in their entire country to 0, which is what we've done. It isn't necessary. We do need to keep just 1 strategic bomber. No, just 1. Standing ready to nuke Paris. Other than that, we can get rid of the rest. Thanks for guiding me to your videos. You already watched 3 of my episodes. You're very welcome. Well, there's a crap ton more of them if you like them, so I hope you do. Drive them back. Many angles. Get a bunch more guys engaged. Good. Sinking more of their convoys from the air. Look at that air supremacy. It's a thing of beauty. We're also still at war with Iceland, by the way. We should probably sort that, shouldn't we? Let's go and naval invade Iceland. I think it's funny how they've nuked Bohemia a bunch of times, but still have never nuked us. How many divisions does Iceland have right now? 4. Don't have the manpower anymore, I guess. Oh dear. Alright. Floating taters, get over here. Gonna need naval supremacy in these zones, please. You gonna get up there? Thank you. Why, little Iceland, why? The bane of Spain. Good point. Congratulations, sir. You are the bane of Spain. Thus falls Toulouse. Paris is still worth like 50 victory points, yeah? Yeah, so they won't capitulate unless we take Paris, I think. Is that right? Let's save, just in case, because we don't want to muck this all up just by accidentally capitulating France. Hello from Hungary. Hello, giantess. How are you doing? God, it takes so long to save. We're in 1950. My lord. There we go. Excuse me. I'd really rather you didn't move up there. Lose his political power because of Iceland. It's true we will, but that's okay. We got plenty of political power available to us. Alright, you convoy raid, not convoy raid, search and destroy. And can activate these when ready. Keep driving them back here. Oh, not again, chat. Not again, not again, Russian. Still struggling to drive them out of Savoy down here. But we're getting there. That's what they called an epic fail, Russian, just so you know. Nobody responding to Russian's call. That's funny. Okay, got everyone assigned to the right places? Yep. Good. Still some guys in other areas just to absolutely ensure that they can't nuke us. You people suck. It's pretty funny. Ah, no, we overrun some. Damn it. No, stop overrunning. Stop retreating in the wrong direction. You should retreat up here, obviously. White flag France. Well, to be fair, they have fought on pretty valiantly as their entire, alliance chain crumbled around them. Keep driving them back. There's nothing they can do to stop this now. Here, good. What's the death count? Good question. 2 million total on our side, 1.3 million which were me, 38 million on their side. That's kind of insane. Do 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 do. Good, they're all retreating that way, so it's safe to attack in here. Ah, there we go. Wouldn't let me support attack for some reason. The game's just like, haven't you attacked enough? The losses, boys. I know, there's been quite a lot of them, hasn't there? He's finally got offensive doctrine! It happened! It finally happened. Right here, have 2 more modern tanks. Why not? None of them should go green. Is this a modded run? Yes, we are playing in Kaiserreich and I'm using all my standard mods. My standard Vanilla Plus mods. Sure, I'll take land leases. Oh yeah, we landed on Reykjavik yet? We're actually failing to land on Reykjavik. Interesting. Alright, call it off, boys. New plan. And stay with me here. We'll land next to Reykjavik. Or we'll land over here instead. 3 of you there. 3 of you not there. There. Good. Many tanks 44, but generals can't have offensive doctrine. Oh, for God's sake. You're right. I'm an idiot. Alright, sorry. Those new tanks, you can take them away again. I was so excited about offensive doctrine that I just totally forgot that you can't use it on generals. What's the one you use to fix the plane management UI? The one that lets you deploy huge amounts. It's called the bigger plane deployment extreme. Add to the infantry. Nah, we don't necessarily have the manpower to make a big adjustment to the infantry. If we add 2 more marines, we actually can't add 2 more marines because there isn't another. Oh, we can. We just have to move these over. Where is it? There it is. We could do it this way. We might not have the manpower for this. Yeah, that would take another million. Sorry, another. No, we do have the manpower. We actually claims we don't have this infantry equipment, but of course we do. So we could do that, but we'll be okay. Add more artillery. There's no convenient way to add more artillery to these, because the artillery is 3 width. So it would be annoying. Plus it would become an artillery division. A tank division, and I think we have a bonus to... yeah, we have a bonus to marine divisions, so we want them to stay marines. Alright. Remove some infantry. No, we want it to stay a marine division, so it keeps getting the bonuses from our Chief of Navy. Which is silly, because it should apply to battalions, not divisions, but it does only apply to battalions. Line-towed artillery? No, line-towed artillery is also 3 width, right? Yeah. Your unity is still 90%. Good. So they really shouldn't capitulate early. But I'm still worried that they might. If not, we just leave them with Brest as well. That'll be okay. Remove infantry, but add artillery instead of SPGs. No, they're fine as there are. Look, we're nearly there. Let's just finish. Might want to start driving them back from this region as well. I'd like the tanks to do that, so I think we'll drive up. We'll drive up and connect the borders using tanks, and then I'll send the tanks up here to push them down here once we've actually reached Paris. Okay, push in there and there. Good. What's the air situation, Christo? We have slight air superiority. Oh, right, yeah, we should switch up some of our jet bombers. We have a stupendous number of jet tactical bombers. We have about 6,000 jet strategical bombers as well, but we already broke every single piece of infrastructure in all of France with our jet strategical bombers, so I stopped. Yeah, we've been winning the air war for about 2 decades now. No, not 2 decades, a decade. No, well, like a decade and a half. Weird that you can't use S to split when you have units from multiple armies selected. That would be helpful. This is one of the best things about this run, though. We get river crossing bonuses on our infantry. Our marines are just that good. Do not rush. Even the footbridges in France have been destroyed. Pretty much. Literally everything you can use to move about on has been decimated in all of France. Like if we look at the buildings destroyed. Only can count 87. That is not accurate. We've destroyed more than 87 buildings. Maybe that only counts factories. Make the rivers even deeper. Look at the number of divisions here. It's insane. How many modern tanks do you reckon we have spare? 18,000. We have 18,000 modern self-propelled artillery spare as well. I decided to stick... No, we overran. I decided to stick with just the one general for tanks. Why are you whispering? I'm not whispering. Or did I whisper just then? I think I vaguely remember whispering, but I don't... Not entirely. Okay, let's pause for a moment. Do some infrastructure repair. I'm mad that I don't have intel on them anymore. We had perfect intel on all of France earlier. It was really handy. We've broken too much. This list is just too long. Okay. Let's just speed 5. Let's just repair for a bit. Construction repair. We're on construction repair. Let's go take out Iceland while we're repairing stuff in France. And here, tanks. Come over here and help me with this stupid holdout, like 1,000 divisions down here. Make it one giant crater. We pretty much have already made it one giant crater. They all want to be primary infantry equipment because of the overflow bug with how much infantry equipment the game thinks we have. But we actually have plenty. Since when? We've been on construction and repair for ages. Before we nuke them, like I said, we are going to switch over to the French perspective and just have a look at some stats that you can only see well from their perspective. Like how many losses have they taken? How much attrition have they taken? That kind of stuff. Because I feel like the numbers are going to be astounding. Can you even take focuses? Bane of Portugal, good point, good point. Bane of Portugal, and I think this guy's going to be the Bane of France. And then we will take Paris using a single tank division and call him the Bane of Iceland. No, we didn't send any tanks to Iceland. And then we shall take Paris with one tank division and call him the Bane of Paris. Take the port already so we can move faster. Oh yeah, I should send some. Yeah, have some air support. Air support from frickin' Hungarian airport. Just like, yeah, help out Iceland. That'll be fine. Name the infantry. Oh, God, no. There's 150 divisions of it. Silly Swiss volunteers. What are you doing? Honestly, just do this. Okay, supply is sorted. Let's slow it back down again. Get out of my Aquitaine. Hi Zoom, how you doing? This game's going interestingly. It's 58 and whoa, there are rivers in Iceland. Of course there are rivers in Iceland. Name the military police after the regions they're protecting. Good lord, no. 311 reserves. My lord, why is it going one by one? That's what I want to know. It takes 1 hour to defeat each division. Oh, there we go. Some more deploying in now. Oh, it's because all the reserves, most of these reserves actually have 0 organisation, I think. You're feeling better today. Glad to hear it. What about the USA? Have you come to North America? No, North America is all unified under the American Union state with their 700 divisions, but they would be a pushover. Especially since they were in a faction with Mexico, but they left. Mexico left their faction to instead faction up with the United Provinces. So it'd be easy to go against the Union state because we just come up from the south through Mexico and then we'd have a great long border and we could just destroy them. Plus we have 165 nukes, so literally no one would ever be a challenge at this point. It's just attack with tanks at this point. 3,800 breakthrough. Do we really? That might be the highest breakthrough I've ever seen. Okay, pushing in here, but making certain not to take Amsterdam, of course. You're 90%, yeah, so just Amsterdam should be fine. You gonna win that? I feel like you're gonna win that. This one, maybe not. Can we support attack from here? No. They still might win, though. Is this the furthest you've ever played? Yeah, by far. I think, anyway. How many men have you got in your army? About 2 million. Or is it 3 million? I'll check in just a second. Sorry, I just spilled water all over my hand. I'm just drying it before I grab my mouse. Men in our army. Currently 3.4 million men. If you have full decryption, why do you still have question marks late in the game? Do you need radar stations? Well, I don't understand, because we have mad radar coverage. Like, truly just stupid-looking radar coverage. So we should have... And all our little puppets of Bill. It looks like... Oh, no, they haven't researched, that's why it's blue, okay. But yeah, we have mad radar coverage, and we have full decryption, and so we can see the ones at the coast, but not the ones over here. Like, I don't understand. Hi all, and Count Christo just had a positive job interview. Hey, nice one. If you get the job, you promise to celebrate it with a donation on one of your streams. That's very generous of you. You don't need to do that. I hope you get the job, whether or not you give me a donation. What's the job, if you don't mind telling us? I'd like to remind you that the people who were born at the start of the game probably now serve in your army. That's hilarious. I hadn't thought of that. That not only do they serve in my army, they've been doing so for like a decade. Decryption and encryption should probably have more of an effect and go further into the late game. Well, the thing is that you'll never get this late in the game unless you're doing something silly, like Island versus the World. So, I don't think it really matters much. What if the job is CEO of Microsoft and the donation is £250,000? That would be kind of insane, but I don't have very high hopes that that's the case. The job is to look at other people's work. Problem manager at a search agency. What is a search agency? Do you mean like a headhunting firm? Sounds like job security to me, Zoom. SEO, Google stuff. Ah, cool. Like actually a search engine. Cool. I ask these questions, of course, just because I need to, you know, check that your donation is generous enough based on what kind of job you're getting. I kid, naturally. Just the sheer number of divisions we're having to deal with over here. Why hasn't Iceland fallen yet? Because I activated an AI battle plan. It's obviously the correct answer, but, you know, don't worry about that too much. Cool, well, I hope you get it. Greedy. I'm just kidding. French national unity, give up France. They have 90%. They're not going to give up anytime soon. Who did I just give an order to? No one's moving over any of the states. Good, good. We mustn't capitulate Germany. That's vital. They're not even 40% of the way towards capitulation. They're like, this is fine. Situation right here. This seems absolutely fine and normal. By the way, Conquesto, can you make a living off streaming? Can I make a living off streaming, or can anyone make a living off streaming? Can I? Absolutely not. I have never made a penny off streaming on Twitch so far. Because they only pay out once every $100. And I have made on Twitch so far something like... oh, hey, Amsterdam's encircled. Nice. I think on Twitch so far I've made about $70. And... yeah, they only pay out once you get to 100, and I've never come even close to payout. Well, I mean, 70 is pretty close, but I mean, I've never actually got to payout. Why have you stopped nuking? We're trying to encircle the most divisions ever in history, and the way we're going to do that is by putting all the German and Iberian and Dutch divisions into Paris. And the only way we can do that is if we don't capitulate Germany and things before we get to Paris. There we go. Now, do not, under any circumstances, take Amsterdam. Because these guys... What? How do they have 5 divisions? What? They had like 300 a second ago. How the hell did that happen? Okay, Christo, now activate battle plans. Hell no. That would ruin it. That would ruin it all. How are you not... Okay, look, seriously, guys. Guys, I appreciate your generosity. But your basic infantry equipment is not going to make much difference here. I'm hoping we can get more than 1,000 divisions in one tile. That's my objective. I'm very upset that the Baratheon commune somehow lost all their divisions. They had like 400 a minute ago. I don't know what happened. We didn't advance. We took like 4 tiles. And there weren't that many in Amsterdam. So I don't know what happened. Since they have that few, actually, we might as well take Amsterdam. But no, let's not. Let's not. It's fun to just have this collection of uncapitulated capitals around the place. Oh, what the heck happened here? I think I accidentally issued an attack order over here. Let's very briefly tag over to France and just check how bad the supply situation is over here. It's actually not terrible for France, except in Brest. Let's go back. Okay. In case you weren't here earlier, by the way, the reason I have console added myself some political powers, we had a bug that reissued all the different, the occupations of such and such events that you get in Kaiserreich. So I gave myself the political power I lost from those bugged events back again. Basically, you're doing a redhead genocide, pretty much. Remesus, so yay, finally I caught a stream. That's very nice of you to say, Remus. Remius? Something like that? Welcome, thank you for joining us. Welcome to pretty much the end of the Irish campaign. As we bulldoze through here. How many divisions do you have? Have you suddenly lost all your divisions too? No, so okay, they still have 100 divisions, so we don't want to take Antwerp and Brussels. Chat. Russian, don't be weird. So how do you pay rent? I am a student at the moment, and so I take out loans to pay rent. Imagine an only redhead Europe. Oh, stop attacking. I thought I told you guys to stop. I don't know why you have a random order to go all the way over here. But quit it. Come on, Iceland. Give up the ghost. There we go, nearly there. Still driving them back step by step over here. He probably lives inside his computer. Yes, you've rumbled me. I am, in fact, an AI. Okay, do not take Paris under any circumstances. So make sure these guys still have an attack plan. Otherwise, they might accidentally attack randomly. Let's put them on non-aggressive just to make sure. Do not take Paris. Repeat. Do not take Paris. In Russian, we have free higher education. Do you? It's just not fair. To be fair, our higher education is free at the point you use it. It's just that you pay basically you pay a tax to the government if you do it. Which seems kind of fair. Because if it's just entirely paid for by the government, then that means that people that don't go to university are paying for all the people that do go to university. Seems a little bit unreasonable. Let's spread the tanks slightly. No, we don't need to, actually. Free higher education is complete garbage. See, that's the other way of putting what I just said. Tax is theft. Yeah, whatever you say. There's a reason people come to learn in the USA. I live in England. Far more people come to learn in England from the USA than go from the UK to live in England to learn the US. Considering Oxford, which is currently ranked as the best university in the world, is here. You're not going to get very far claiming that having government-funded education makes the education system worse, considering that, like, England has the best universities. No, it's not. What? No tax isn't theft? Groundbreaking accusation there. Taxation is indeed theft. Oh god, I thought France had capitulated, and I was so worried. It's just Iceland, though. Is Oxford private or public? It's public. All universities in England are public. That's not true. Almost all. But yeah, Oxford is public. Well, it depends what you mean by public or private. The universities in England aren't owned by the government. They're just... the funding for students is provided by the government if the students need it. They're all charities, I think, technically. Academy schools are more effective than public schools. Yes, that's true. That's mostly because academy schools are allowed to expel people. Whereas public schools, typically, you can't expel people. So what happens is, academy schools, I assume by academy schools you mean schools you have to pay to go to. Like, not owned by the government equals private. I don't know if that's true, considering it's almost entirely funded by the government. But yeah, private schools tend to do a lot better because children that underperform at private schools get kicked out. And once you're left with all the good students, obviously you get high average grades. I mean, it's not complicated, is it? You can be expelled for public schools. In England, no, not really. If one public school expels you, then another one has to take you in because you're legally obliged to go to school. Which means that the public school system, net, can't kick students out. Are you a good student? No comment. I'm a relatively good student. I'm getting good grades. I wasn't always very good at... getting homework in and stuff at school. But I got good grades and stuff. What world do I live in? In terms of what? In terms of you can't be expelled from public schools? Well, in England, everyone has to go to school, which means you're going to go to some public school. What is your major? We don't have quote-unquote majors in England, but because we don't do multiple subjects at university, or you don't always anyway. So I'm just doing philosophy. So it's not like I'm majoring in philosophy, I'm exclusively doing philosophy. Seems like all we gamers were bad at homework. Yeah, well, I got into a good university anyway. Got plenty of A's. So, worked out alright. But you should do your homework, kids. Daddy Christo says you should do your homework. Meanwhile, in the rich, British critical affair, you don't have to go to school. Do you not have to go to school in America? Surely you have to do some kind of education, though, right? No wonder you have crap tons of unemployed people and have to employ them all in the army. Oh, that's why you're a filthy commie. Why am I a filthy commie? Because I'm doing philosophy. We haven't really done any political philosophy. Can you recite a philosophical statement or something to enrich our minds? What do you mean? Like an argument? Or do you want me to just come up with some kind of pithy saying or something? Because like little kind of philosophical sayings are often kind of idiotic. Yeah, an argument. Okay. For a subject-predicate sentence to be true, such as blank is a blank, or there are blank blanks, for example, the predicate has to be true. Sorry, the subject has to exist. For subject-predicate sentences, let me try that again. For subject-predicate sentences, the subject must exist. Okay, so if I say Count Christo is 21 years old, that's true, and that can only be true if Count Christo exists, right? Okay. Snape is a male. Subject Snape, predicate is a male. That can only be true if Snape exists. That statement is true. Therefore, Snape exists. This is a random philosophical argument I've been working on. I wrote an essay on that a couple of years ago. It was fun. Anything you can correctly refer to exists. I think. It's controversial. Most philosophers wouldn't agree. Next level shit right there. So if something is named correctly, it's true. No, not if something is named correctly, but if something can be referred to in a true statement. If it's a thing, it exists. No, that's not true either. It's only if something can be accurately referred to. Do you consider Freud a philosopher or a scientist? He certainly wasn't a scientist. Psychology certainly wasn't a science when he was around, and is barely a science now. This statement is incorrect. Yeah, paradoxes are easy. Which philosopher do I like the most? I have intentionally not picked a favourite philosopher, because the only benefit you get, the only thing that happens when you have a favourite philosopher is bias. So, it's a bad idea to have a favourite philosopher, because it makes you biased. So what about religion? Accurately referred to in a true statement, how is truth defined? What do you mean about religion? So if you said, for example, God is... if you said, if it could be true that God is loving, then God must exist. Yeah, that follows. The problem is, you shouldn't assume what I mean by exist. So, for example, I think 2 exists, for the same reason that I think Snape exists. 2 is the number of... what's the mass noun for odd and even? 2 is the number of sexes that there are. Therefore, 2 exists. So if you use it to conclude that God or Snape or whatever exists, you're only using it to conclude that in the same sense that like 2 exists. It's not exists like is an object somewhere, or interacts with things. What do you think about Carl Gustav Jung? I have never heard of him. Integer. No, integer is a whole number above 1. Sorry, above 0. Wait, you can't have negative integers, right? I think integers have to be positive. Can we take Brussels and not Vlaanderen and not capitulate them? Let's not risk it. Are there any good employment prospects for philosophy graduates in the UK? Yeah, pretty good. Philosophy is actually really quite employable. It's like doing a degree in history or English and things. You're not really expected to end up doing philosophy as your job. It just leaves you with a good grounding to go into other fields. So philosophy, for example, in England is more employable than geography or history or English. And all of those are perfectly employable. Are you looking to be a professor or something? No, I thought about it, but no. I'm currently looking into grad schemes for lots of different things. I'm not really sure what I want to do. Something in business. You can have negative integers, odd or if it's odd or even, then it's an integer, and decimals can't be odd or even. It's a good point, but I mean, what's the name for, like, just the set odd and even, not odd and even numbers? I don't mean what's the name for all the things that are odd and even. I mean what's the name of the collection of odd and even. What is your favourite thing you wrote about? I really enjoyed writing about Frege's paper on sense and reference, Sein und Bedeutung. Frege's German. And yeah, I really enjoyed that. He was talking about what it is to perceive something and things. It's really good. If the government pays for education, so you get people who choose to learn philosophy that wouldn't benefit them at all in the future. You're wrong. Google the average salary of a philosophy graduate, and you will find that it is about £3,000 less than an engineering graduate. In a free market of public investments and loans, someone would only get a higher education if it's fiscally beneficial. You do get loans in England to pay for your higher education. You just get them from the government. But seriously, someone Google and post in chat the average pay of a philosophy graduate. It's something like double the average. Controversial. It's not controversial, it's simply false. It's the easy kind of controversy. Then it's not a free market. No, it's not. That's true. Do you think it's not a free market when governments offer tax breaks to businesses? Does that cease it being a free market as well? Is your pay bigger than a toilet cleaner's? My current pay? No, I don't have a current pay. But I see what you mean, and yes, obviously. Those are the real MVPs. I think that kind of absolutism about the free market makes about as much sense as the absolutism is about, like, there's never been true communism. In that it doesn't. Can a philosopher declare something is false, like finite? Not sure I follow what you mean. Can a philosopher declare something is false? $51,000 is the salary of a philosophy graduate in America. Not bad. I don't know about America. I just know about England. Tax breaks for philosophy businesses is wrong. Morally wrong. Why is it wrong? Do you mean wrong as in not financially sensible, or do you mean wrong as in morally wrong? Because you'll have a very hard time convincing me that anything is morally wrong. What do you think about Ayn Rand? She was the one that thought... I have never read any of her stuff, to be honest. So I probably shouldn't comment. For the sake of honesty. There has never been a communism, by the definition. There has never been a communism. Do you mean an instance of communism? Let's look up the definition of communism. Communism. Social organisation in which all property is owned by the community and each person contributes and receives according to their abilities and needs. There has been that. There are communes in Israel that have that. Like right now. Is genocide not morally wrong? It depends what you mean by morally wrong. There isn't some abstract authority which enforces morality or dictates morality which makes it wrong, no. All communism leads to cases of Stalinism, it's human nature. I think that's incorrect. All large-scale communism tends to lead to instances of Stalinism, but you can have small-scale communism which doesn't. Like Kerala. Kerala seems to be doing just fine. Genocide at boys, I'll get the gas. I'm not saying that I think it's okay to genocide. I'm saying if I say I think something is bad, that's not the same and it's not enough to go from that to therefore something is morally wrong. You mean a communist state? Does it have to be an independent state? Because again, Kerala is doing a lot better than the rest of India. And they have an elected communist ruling party at the moment. Or at least they did when I did geography. But you won't find me often being an apologist for communism. It's a crap idea. I mean this, Conqueror, so you should do more... You should do that more often. Philosophical debate. It comes up quite often. I sometimes get a bit frustrated because... You know, when you're doing philosophy, you have so much kind of pre-existing knowledge on a topic that to properly discuss a topic with someone, you need to try and fill them in on so much. That's communism, not socialism. What, Kerala or the one or the definition I read? Okay. Where? The place I'm talking about, or the place Zoom is, or this place Kundra is talking about? I was talking about Kerala, which is this part of India here. There might be one of these places called Kerala. No? Kerala's like this bit of India here. And it has the highest rate of education, the highest rate of, sorry, some of the lowest birth rates, and generally all the good stats. Kerala beats the rest of India. Balls, we took Brussels. They might capitulate now. Let's see. Yes, they didn't capitulate. Okay, that's good. It's very good. Right, now don't take the tile. Leave one guy in case anyone redeploys there. Du-du-du. Okay, keep driving them back. Please answer. Oh, sorry. Are you afraid of your own thoughts? No. Why would you be afraid of your thoughts? Seems like a weird thing to do. But no, I can't think of a time I've ever been afraid of my own thoughts, no. Good. It's like reverse NC right here. It's the ultimate opponent. What is your own thoughts? You have a finite... You have to define the question then. Go for it, go for it. Man, they must have such terrible supply in there. The ultimate opponent is the pickle jar. Why would a pickle jar be the ultimate opponent? Let's not take that tile, actually. So we need to let them in from the north more easily. Your greatest enemy is the darkness within the south. I mean, that depends. I'm kind of an upbeat person, so that tends not to be true about me. I generally stay quite cheerful. That's like the definition of insanity, being afraid of your fucking thoughts. Well, not necessarily. Let's say you were a paedophile. Not that you molested children, but you really wanted to. Like, if I had that kind of desire, then I'd be afraid of my thoughts. Because your thoughts might be like, oh, I hope I can go and, you know, have sex with a kid or something. And that would make me afraid of my thoughts. It's not attacking here yet, actually. Stop. Like, that would be... Then it might be almost sensible to be a bit afraid of your thoughts. Certainly not insane. Although you could argue that attraction to prepubescent people is a brain disorder. So maybe then you are insane. Not sure. Or would you? I mean, if you genuinely think you're not doing anything wrong. No, I mean, if you... I'm not saying if you're a paedophile who... like an immoral paedophile, I mean someone who's attracted to children but who knows it's wrong and doesn't do anything about it. Then you'd have reason to be afraid of your own thoughts. Lol, Christo. What? Alright, let's change these front lines a bit so they're just on Paris. There we go. Kids, terrible creatures. You're not wrong. Anyone in there? No. Anyone got anywhere else weird? No. Looking mighty green out there. Ah, right, yeah, we should reassign our planes. I forgot we're not taking that tile yet. Okay, just driving them in from the north. Good. Okay. The stupid 200 Iberian infantry still being pushed around. Is that what you have left, Iberia? Yeah, we killed 100 of them in this production. And this pushback, unfortunately. This push has cost many Iberian lives. Keep on rolling. And keep on going. We can take him out of this one as well now. Good. Losses. So far we've lost 1.4 million. And they've lost mostly, yeah, a lot of those, like the last 500,000 is because we haven't been being careful on this push. We've just been kind of going for it. France has lost 16.8 million. And the hardest war by far was Britain, who lost 10 million. Total losses on their side have reached 43 million. They have about 5 million fielded manpower. And if you look around the world, that fielded manpower is basically all in this pocket. Like there'll be a little bit of it on some of these islands, but basically they have 5 million men right here. Which is kind of crazy. And all our puppets still think we have massively negative infantry equipment deficit because of the overflow bug. Do you trust your own decisions? Yes. You haven't nuked anyone for a while, don't worry. We're going to nuke the bejesus out of Paris. But yes, generally I trust my own decisions. You don't really have another option. At least not one I can think of. I mean, either trust your own decisions or never do anything, and that itself isn't a decision. So Crystal still supports genocide. I do not support genocide, no. I mean, there are some circumstances under which genocide would be acceptable. Like, if, you know, it wouldn't be a genocide of... Wait, no, is Geno? Geno means killing a... Remind me the definition of genocide. Can you genocide non-human things? No, it has to be people. There would be some... Like, if you have a loose definition of group of people, then there's some justification for genocide. So, for example... genocide is justified when the group of people you're talking about are people who are about to destroy the world, for instance. If it's the Jews. No, not if it's the Jews. Obviously. But like, it's genocide is the killing of a large group of people. So let's say there was a large group of people just about to destroy the planet. It's acceptable to genocide that group of people, in my mind. Especially if there's no other option. But maybe even if there is, because they're going to destroy the world. Come on. We might need to tone it back a little. Yeah, let's relish in the fact that we're about to friggin' nuke 5 million communists in France. So the Jews. Alright, no more. We're not going to go back to edgy Jew joke town. What? How? The Ukraine did it! The bastards. That's so annoying. There goes 200 divisions. 2 million fielded manpower. Oh well. They're going to come up here and freaking attack Paris, aren't they? They'd better not. I mean, this pocket you have is pretty much genocide. You're not wrong. But anyway, yeah. To return to the matter at hand. The glorious conquest of France. Bismarck, we're not going there. Let's just not. I might roll back the save and then delete the Ukraine. Because that's just so annoying. We should be able to revoke their military access. Oh wait, can we do that? No, we haven't given them military access, so they shouldn't be able to do this. Let's just roll back. Nuke the crap out of Ukraine. It's impossible to declare war on someone you're in a war with, unfortunately. Ugh. It's so annoying when this happens. Every time you load the game, this happens. Alright, we have plus 400. So we're just going to hit occupy them every time. And then just give ourselves it back. There we go. And, yeah. Ukraine is just planning their invasion of Barcelona. We're going to tag over to Ruth. What's Ruthania's tag? Were. What's Ukraine's tag? tag ire and t debug. T debug. Thank you. Okay. Yeah, we're not having them ruining it just because there's no way to not give your allies military access. It's really dumb. Unfortunately, that does mean we're going to have to redo some of this push, but that's okay. Tag Ukraine or the other countries and get them to declare war on Ukraine. No, I just annex them. Okay, no more about the Jews, please. And by please, I mean we'll just time you out. That goes for everybody. Uh-oh. Please don't crash, game. Hey! Have we already moved the planes up? No, we have not. Cool. How did we get to genocide? I think we were answering philosophical questions. That's why. Just wondering what Killer was trying to say. No worries. I'm not saying you said anything bad or anything. Let's just move the conversation on. No. Let's just leave genocide for a while. Alright, none of this matters. Good. Okay, we can come in here. Okay. To be continued. So they still have about 5 million men. If we can nuke 5 million men, it's going to be freaking good. Misclick, sorry. I didn't mean to time you out. Say something else so I can ban you. There we go. I apologize for accidentally timing you out. I meant to ban you. Cool. Alright, continue rolling in here. Good. Alright, battle for Dunkirk. There will be no battle for Dunkirk this time, boys. Not for you. What did he say? Asked the Russian. Guess. PM you. I'm not going to bother to PM you. Alright, we've almost got them down to a single tile string. This is absurd. Yeah, Gay is called 69. I feel like he should just be auto-banned with a name like that, to be honest. Yes, you've not missed it. No, you were very close. For the glorious nuke. Will you use all your nukes at the same time? I think that makes sense, doesn't it? That's the only thing that makes sense. Oh, we haven't adjusted the front lines yet. Let's do that now. Okay. All of you guys have a battle plan there. All of you guys also have a battle plan there. There we go. Good. That feeling when more than 200 nukes on 5 million men. I know, it's going to be crazy. Zoom, you're a mod, aren't you? Ban anyone with the first half of their name being gay is cool, please. On the assumption that it's just going to him again. If anyone watching happens to have the name gay is cool, do let me know. Is he going to try for a third time? I don't know. We'll see. Oh, can you imagine the jubilation in Dublin right now? as the glorious comrades fight their way through the final bits of communard resistance. It's absurd. Hey, school is actually not an uncommon name in your country. Oh dear. Alright. We're almost through. All tank pushes from now on. Oh, we're actually suffering from low... Oh, holy crap. Okay. Let's have half the infantry push off. That should help. Quite a lot. Good. Can you turn fog of war so we can see the number? I will tag France before I nuke them. Don't worry. The number shall be revealed. There shall be no doubt about precisely how many divisions we're taking out here. Don't you worry. There's just so many. Might as well start attacking in here, just to start some of them retreating south. Because we shouldn't win this battle before we win this one. And if we look like we are, I'll just reduce some men. How many troops they got? About 4.6 million. A crap ton is the other correct way to answer that question. Look at all these guys. It's insane. Look at them all. Look at them go. Make sure not to overrun them. Don't worry, I'm being careful. They have, yeah, low supply. Oh, surprise, surprise. Here we go, boys. We're so close. Fog of War. Is it just FOW that does it? Alright, let's just turn off Fog of War for the sake of being able to see this. This means 3.5 million men, 3,347 vehicles, and 4,000 artillery in this battle. That's insane. Breakthrough greater than defense. Yep. Especially when you have 2,500 breakthrough. This is absurd. Man. To think that I almost gave up on this series. It was very close. Greater than 2,500 breakthrough for the win. Hell yeah. Taking a province unit is retreating to kills them. Yes, that's true. I know this. It's called overrunning. Look at them. Look at them all. Home defense, 175. Yeah, I also put the military police in that theater. Okay. We've done it. They're all in one tile. Alright. Those of you on YouTube, don't worry, Twitch, I'm not going anywhere. Those of you on YouTube, thank you very much for watching. I'm going to do one final over-dramatic episode in which I finally actually nuke these guys out of existence. But until then, thank you very much for watching, and I shall see you next time for the grand nuclear fire-fueled finale. I shall see you next time. Bye-bye.